and I wish this was a heroic video where I can say that I passed my challenge, but I'm actually 50% down on my FTMO challenge. I have a profit target of 1,000. I started out with 10,000 and now I'm down to 9,500. And so this was the week that I could have been at break even, because this is my second time at 50% drawdown. I was actually at 50% drawdown last week, and I was making really good progress up until last week, and now I'm back at 50%. There was a moment during last week that I was at break even, or I was close to break even. I think I was at 9,900, but now I'm back to 9,500. So I wanted to just go over some of the trades. Yeah, I wanted to go over some of the trades from last week, and I'm doing all this through my phone on Streamlabs, so I hope that's not distracting, but I wanted to just be accountable to my mistakes. This is going to be kind of a tedious video if you're not into that. Just want to let you know what kind of video this is going to be. It's just going to be me going through all the trades of last week and kind of where I went wrong, where I started going on tilt, and just where I started to not follow my plan, and just where I started to lack discipline. So it's going to be one of those reflection videos. And so without further ado, let's get into the charts. So this is gold. I want to just go over all of the trades of last week, starting with gold. And last week we were about, this was kind of the move that I was able to catch. So it was kind of a bullish week last week, and I was able to catch some of these trades, and I want to show you them right now. Starting on Tuesday, because I started my week on Tuesday, didn't find any trades on Monday, but oh, I guess I lied. I did. I started on Monday. Okay. Sorry. I take that back. On Monday, I placed a trade on gold around 8:30 a.m. and this was the move. This was that bearish move when price, if I can just go back in time to show you, this is what price looked like before I found my signal, or before I had a bias. At the 8 hour, we kind of just had this leg down, and we had a swing low here as well. And here's that, I want to show you the context as well. We had a swing low in this area here. So this was a place where I had the bias of bullishness. This is where I had my bullish bias because of this swing low in this area. And so when price started to rally, at the 10-minute, I wanted to be a part of this bullish move, but a way for me to be a part of this bullish move, because I had the bias, then I had to align it with the 10-minute. The way that I could have been a part of it was if my pattern showed up. And like I told you guys before, my pattern at the 10-minute is very specific, and it does include FVGs, but what I'm looking for is just looking for a path tool. What I'm looking for if I'm bullish is price to make a bullish leg, a low, high, lower, low, and then I want that high to be met with a double top idea, and then for price to trade in some kind of a FVG, and then I'd want for price to show displacement in this area. And so when price did that, even though I didn't have any other confirmation at the 8-hour, other than knowing this was a swing low at a very obvious area for me, I placed my buy when I had that pattern. And then here was that double top idea. And after I had that double top idea, around 8:30, when price started to trade into the FVGs, I scaled into a position. Here was $34, here's $24, and here's $14 that I made. And my exit was, where was my exit? I'm not sure. I exited when price came up to this high, so around this area. So I was able to catch this move up to the high of this area. So I was targeting this high when we had that swing low, and this was the pattern that I had with the double top, and this was the FVG area. And then at the 1 minute, when I saw price respecting higher lows, I was comfortable in scaling into these positions towards the high of these candles to the left. And so this was where I kind of took profit, and that was my first trade of the week. And I was getting pretty confident in following my strategy. So Monday was a good day. Tuesday didn't have any trades. Tuesday didn't have any signals. And Wednesday I went ahead and bought. So this is the 8-hour chart, and when I bought, this was how price kind of looked like with this what would you call this candle, with this long wick candle. So I kind of figured that price wasn't going to be bearish because we had a swing high up here. This is typically my signal to sell, but because price didn't give me any sell signals at the 10-minute chart after having this swing high, and instead price gave me a buy pattern, which is that low, high, lower, low, and then it's met with some kind of a double top. After I saw that double top, and after I saw that price wasn't going to come down, my next target was going to be up here, and so I bought here. And I'm starting to see that because I wasn't fully confident and I didn't have good conviction with not following my plan, but kind of counter following it. I'm following my plan, but I'm kind of I'm kind of allowing more flexibility, and I'm not used to that yet. Because what I'm saying is that if this doesn't happen, then I want to see it going bullish. If I don't get a bearish pattern, then I want to see some kind of a bullish pattern. And because I'm still not comfortable with that and I'm still practicing, I wasn't able to hold, because even though it is price was bullish and I could have caught more of this bullish action, I had to exit. And so I ended up making $9 here, losing $2, losing $11, losing $4, all because I didn't have that conviction. And so I'm still working on that flexibility, but I think it's best to just stick to a plan, because that way I have full conviction. Yeah, I'm still not there yet to be taking flexible trades like this, and I'm seeing that now. Okay, so the next trade that I took was on Friday, and this is where it started to go downhill for me. This is where it started to go downhill for me, because I wasn't following my rule of 3 trades per day, because I have a limit of how many trades I want to take. And so I wasn't following my 3 trade per day regimen, and I kind of just saw price here. This is what price looked like going into Friday. This is what price looks like going into Friday. And I wish I could sync both charts. You know, if I could sync both charts, then I can show you exactly where. But because I can't sync both charts, this is the best I can do. This is what price looks like with this candle, with my idea that price was going to be drawn towards this high. That was the reason why I was bullish. And when price started to head up there, I didn't have a 10-minute signal. I wasn't following my plan in the signal that I like to enter in. And this is what I'm learning now, is that my 10-minute signal is really important for me to have not just conviction, but this is my edge. This is my edge. Where's my path tool? I just need to continue to follow my buy signal. When I have a low high, lower low met with a double top and price trading into some kind of a FVG area idea, if price trades into an FVG idea and then starts to displace, that is what I'm looking for. This is a pattern that, regardless of, I can be more flexible at the 8 hour. I see now that I'm comfortable with the flexibility at the 8 hour, but I need to have a 10-minute signal, which I didn't have here. And on Friday, I just completely went on tilt. I lost $20, lost $30, lost $50, lost $80, lost $137. I can't believe that happened. Like, this whole thing was based off of my overconfidence that price was gonna come up here, which it eventually did. As you can see, price eventually did come up to my draw on liquidity at the 8 hour. I had the correct draw on liquidity, but I was not following my rule, and if I did, I would have had such a better, my plan would have played out, because this was it right here. I needed to just, this was just perfect, like the most golden thing, like the most golden setup that could have happened. I wasn't a part of. I was a part of it here. I made a profit of around $83 here. Just pure luck. It was just pure grace from God. I made $83.53 here, over leveraging, just playing by luck, because I was so frustrated at this entire thing, at this entire mess that I made earlier that day, that when I saw price going into this FVG, this imbalance at the 8 hour, which is my A plus setup, I couldn't not be a part of it. And because I over leveraged, I couldn't hold price to here, because this would have been my target, was up here, but I exited around here because it was just, I just was having a bad day, and so that was what happened with gold, and that ended up really costing me not following my plan really ended up costing me, because when my plan actually did play out, I wasn't confident enough to take it. The things I know I should do, I don't do, but I do the things that I don't want to do. Why do I do those things? Just so stupid. And then now I'm gonna go over the NASDAQ. And a lot of people I've seen kind of make fun of people who use the NAS 100 chart versus the futures contract chart on TradingView. And I've compared both to my MT4 my MT4 account.
วันนี้ตังไม่สบายนะ วันนี้ตังไม่สบาย
โอเค เดี๋ยวพี่ยิมไปหานะพี่ยิมทำวิดีโอก่อนแป๊บหนึ่งโอเคไหม
โอเค
โอเค ตังเงียบแป๊บหนึ่งนะพี่ยิมทำวิดีโออยู่แป๊บหนึ่งโอเคไหม So anyways, the MT4 and the NAS 100 actually syncs. This is faster than the futures contract chart on TradingView. So this is the chart that I'm going to be using. I'm not sure why other people have this weird thing against this particular symbol, but this is the one I'm using because it syncs with my MT4 chart. So I feel like it's real time. It doesn't lag like the futures contract. So why would I use the futures contract when it lags? Okay, so on Tuesday, I didn't trade on Monday. I didn't have any signal on Monday. So yeah, Monday was pretty choppy. So I'm glad I had that discernment to not trade on Monday, and I didn't have a signal. But on Monday, I had a signal at the 8-hour chart when price taking out the previous candle's wicks. This is like my A+ setup. And so when I saw price go into that, at the 10-minute chart, I placed my buys at the 1 minute when I saw price respecting higher lows. Oh, lower highs. No. When I saw price respecting FVGs and it was making higher lows. So like, I don't want to go into the 1 minute chart, but it was respecting higher lows like this at the 1 minute chart. That was my reason. And that was my signal at the 8-hour. I could have waited for this move, which is the FVG at the 10-minute. I didn't, and I made here $54, $57, and $40, and I caught that move up to this high. So where would that high be? This one to anyways, I exited around here. Yeah, I exited around here. I think I was targeting this high here, but this is kind of the area that I exited my 3 positions. So I have a new approach, like I said, to scaling into a position where I enter a third of the position on my first entry, and then 2/3, and then the whole position, or what's left of that 1%. So I was risking maybe $20, 2, 4, 6, and I made 2 to 1 on all 3 positions, or at least 2 to 1, because I risked 20 here, I made 50, risked 20 here, I made 50, risked 20 here, I made 40. So altogether, this was a really good trade. And lastly, on Thursday, I had a sell signal. So when price took out this high here with this wick, I was targeting, I had a bearish bias because of this wick action. And so when price traded into this FVG, I was able to catch some of this momentum to the downside. And so here, and I entered all this at the 1 minute. I entered all this at the 1 minute chart, which gives me such a better entry. But here I made $8 here, and I lost $4 here, and then I lost $33 here. La lายเสมหะ
แก้ตัวร้อนไหม
อาการไอ
เก็บไว้ไม่ต้องไปซื้ออยากแก้ตัวร้อนน้องไม่ค่อยสบาย
And then so I made $8.86 here from this sell signal. I lost $4.95 here, and then I made $33. Maybe if I just went down to the 1 minute chart, at this point. Let me just go down to the 1 minute chart. So this is that move that I told you about with that 8-hour wick. And so with that 8-hour wick, I had a signal here. So remember, that's that wick action at the 8-hour. Here is that first entry idea up here. Just remove. That was that initial FVG at the 10 minute, and I entered around here and I made $8. My exit was here for that entry, and then here I made I lost $4.96 when I exited here. So I exited both positions here. I couldn't hold it because I didn't have the conviction, but price did eventually come down to this relative equal lows. And then I made $33 here, and I lost $38 here. These were both sell positions, and this was the exit that made me $33 and minus $38. And then I had a long bias after I saw price displacing in this area, and so I switched up and started to buy, which was so stupid. Even though I didn't have a signal at the 8-hour either. It was just kind of impulsive, because just want to go back to the 8-hour, because what happened, this was not a buy signal for me. This was a sell signal, and I should have just kept that, but this was not a buy signal for me with this wick, and so this was not justified. This was not a justified disciplined trade. It was just kind of me reacting, and so I made $8 here, lost $2 here when I exited in this area, and then when I bought again, I made $3 here, and I lost $2 here, $2.80 here when I exited in this area. With you can see the green box, that's my exit. So those were all of the trades for the NASDAQ last week, I think. Let me just make sure. Oh, and lastly, I think this was, I made $34 here. This was luck. This was pure luck. I didn't have any reason to enter here. I just got lucky and I made $34. Probably saw some displacement and was just lucky to be involved in this trade. I wasn't lucky. I'm actually minus $34. Minus $34 because I sold here when really price was coming up. So I was selling in this area and my exit was here. That costed me $34. Kind of just want to see if I had any signal at the 10-minute chart. To sell. So my sell signal, I would say my sell signal at the 10-minute chart was there, but it wasn't there at the 8-hour. at the 8-hour chart, so it kind of just chopped around. But anyways, those are all of my trades that I placed last week. Yeah. So I just wanted to make this video and have it out there to tell you all that I am down 50% from now until I either blow my account or I somehow make it out of this drawdown. I'm going to be reducing my risk to maybe 0.5%. So instead of risking 1% going into a position, the approach that I was entering my trade was a third. So 1/3 my first trade, 1/3 my second, 2/3 my second trade, and then the entire rest of the position on my third trade. It's going to be, instead of 1%, I'm going to reduce it down to 0.5%, and that is my game plan. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.